We'll get into the tunes. Daniel Lupe, Jack White, Danger Mouse. It is 2 against 1 here. On the other side, Ray Red in studio.
Make no mistake, I don't do anything for free. I keep my enemies closer than my mirror ever gets to me. And if you
92.9 and 96.9 EHM, 8:59 here on the All New Morning Show. I got a special guest in studio. It is Ray Red. Good morning, Ray.
How we going this morning?
I'm good. How are you doing, man?
Man, after the marathon weekend.
Ray, one of the best musicians here on the East End, and we have him for the summer. And he's got a big gig tonight in Montauk. But you play, how many shows did you play over the course of this July 4th weekend?
I did Thursday, Friday, 2 Saturdays, 3 on Sunday. One really late one. So it was pretty crazy. And like just before you set up for the weekend, you're like, how am I going to do this? And then come Monday, it's like, what happened? It's all one big blur. But, yeah, as long as you can keep speaking, as long as you're still walking, you're all right.
Yeah, so, you look like you're doing okay. You look like
well, I probably look better than I feel, so that's why they make Red Bull.
Now, Ray, you spend some time, you live out here on the East End, but you also spend some time in Thailand, and then you live in Australia as well.
Right, exactly, right. As long as it's endless summer for me, that's the thing. Once it gets below 21 degrees centigrade, I have to leave.
You're out. So that's it.
Right.
But do you wake up, when you wake up like on a morning like this morning where you're out of your routine and it's early, do you know where you are? Or
no, I have no idea. Right now, I won't realize that I was even here until after probably 1 o'clock this afternoon. I don't know how you went from the afternoons to the morning show.
I still haven't figured it out yet. I don't know. It's a weird animal. But I'm glad you're here because we want to talk about this tonight. In Montauk, 6:30, everything gets started. But you get a little bit of an earlier jump on things. But let's talk about 6:30. This is the kickoff to the Montauk Chamber of Commerce free concert series.
That's correct. The Chamber of Commerce does it every year, every Monday starting 4th of July weekend with local bands from around. It's all free. It's supported by the Chamber, and they get local sponsors to do it. And they're lucky to do it because, like everybody else, money is very tight, et cetera, et cetera.
Right.
So they try to get sponsors. I'm trying to think, even Southampton, you have to go out and get your own sponsor to do a show.
Oh, really?
So, you do it for the fun. It's a very fun show. It's not so much for any, it's a very small amount of money you get, but it's just so much fun to do.
Yeah.
That you'll put more into it than you get, financially back. But you get it back from the people.
Because it's usually a good crowd there in Montauk. There's usually people looking
families,
at
it's kids.
Yeah.
We're trying to get some kids together if we can find them during the day, some outgoing kids to close the show with us.
Oh,
so,
that'd be cool.
Yeah, we're going to see if we can make that work.
Do you need any musical skills for that?
No, we'll give you the skills. But if we could, we did the Endless Summer Jam last year at the end, and my band played, and we got a couple of little kids, like they were about 8 or 9, to come. We just gave them the lyrics, and we did some AC/DC song, and it was really, really crazy. It's almost like the end of when the credits were rolling for School of Rock.
Okay.
It's just something like that. So
just
we wanted
riffing.
to do something, yeah, and everybody was into it. Once you get people from the audience up on a stage, everybody's into it now. But
yeah.
It's not just the guys playing. Now it's, everybody's part.
All right, so there you go. So fun for the kids. If you got a kid who likes being up on the stage tonight, Ray Red, 6:30 over there in Montauk. Now, where specifically is this in Montauk? Where's it going to happen?
If you know Montauk at all, it's at the gazebo right in the center of town. You can't miss it.
Right.
The Memory Motel's on the right-hand side as you pass that, and on the left is a great big field of green. It's just called Concerts on the Green.
Okay.
So you can't miss it, right downtown Montauk, and it starts at 6:30.
6:30.
Right.
I like that. And that's better than saying 6:30. Is that an Australian thing?
6:30. Yeah, well, most European, like German, would be 7:30, or 7:30, would be 6:30.
You are traveled. Right. You are cultured. You are really cultured. You really are. I got a couple more questions. Do you mind if we hang for some songs? You're hanging for a little bit? All right, Ray's in studio. He's hanging out for a little bit. We'll get a little bit more into him. He's an interesting guy, and he's going to hang for a couple minutes here on the All New Morning Show. We'll do Jimmy Cliff, I Can See Clearly Now, on EHM. 9:06 on the All New Morning Show. It's your old pal Anthony and my pal Ray Red in studio. We're talking to him. He is a now your list of how many covers are you doing right? What's in the bank right now?
Oh, there's a couple of thousand really, but it's not so much the covers; it's the way that they segued one song to another.
Yeah,
almost like the way a DJ does. And other people have asked me, how do you come up with a segue from two completely extremes of types of music, if you will, or something like that? Because one of my best and one of my favorite segues is going from Green Day to Neil Diamond, and I won't tell you what songs they are because it becomes very spontaneous when you hear it. But things like that, like tonight. But tonight I'm doing there's a Ben Harper, Michael Jackson, and Harry Belafonte segue. And the songs tend to work with each other. You'd be surprised. There's a Neil Young, Trini Lopez thing we're doing tonight as well.
Okay.
So, and also there's a Van Morrison, Outkast, Black Eyed Peas bit. So some people don't realize that a lot of these songs you can take one from one extreme. I can take Cab Calloway and mix him with the Doors, and it works.
That would be That's crazy.
I don't know if that one's fitting tonight. I've got a line through it because we're going to run out of time. We only have 2 hours to do tonight's show.
Right.
So, but it seems like it's going to work, though.
Now, is it like, are you listening to your iPod at home and you hear the songs together and that's what gives you an idea? Or how do you come up with stuff like that?
Yeah, when I'm learning the song, if I'm learning a new song for me to try to play and I start playing, I say, well, that sounds a bit like this other one or something, and it sounds, or especially if it's a song and I'm not sure if it's going to work. And so I try to, what I call, do a bailout with it. If I can mix it with another song, and I'm playing it, and it's not going over very well, you can always cut back to the original song, and there's no harm, no foul. Because there's not a lot worse than playing a song, and then you end it, and then you hear crickets,
It's Ray Red in the studio with us. He's playing in Montauk tonight, 6:30 to 8:30. Kicking off the Montauk Chamber of Commerce's free concert series. This is not the first time you've done this, right? You've kicked it off before.
I've done this. This is probably the ninth one. This is the 9th year in a row.
Wow.
And I'm always the first. They ring me up in Australia in January every year to make sure I'm available for the first one.
They know who to go to.
Yeah, and no, it's going to be good. We've got two guys playing with me tonight. Brett King. These are local guys. Brett King, who's a bass player, awesome bass player, plays with Nancy Atlas, amongst heaps of other people, G.E. Smith, Jimmy Buffett.
Nice.
He's really an ace. And Paul Chapin of the famous Sag Harbor Chapin music family.
Sure.
Both of these guys are so awesome. We never have to rehearse.
Yeah, you were telling me this. You never rehearse?
Paul is like, I could write a song this afternoon, and I'd say, Paul, you don't know this song. He's like, no worries, I got you. And you just start playing, and he can fill it up, and just one take, and he's good. No worries.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah, he's perfect.
Do you guys throw around like musical terms like time signature and stuff like that?
No. These guys just know. They're an ace. I'm just telling you. I'm privileged to play with them because I couldn't do what they do. They're so good.
That's crazy. That is just crazy. We're going to be putting up the information for tonight up on Facebook.com/WEHM Radio. Ray Red bringing the band to Montauk, 6:30 tonight. It's good for all the kids. As he said earlier, he's going to have a little portion where he's going to bring some of the kids up on stage, maybe to do some singing.
Yeah, towards the end, we're going to try to do that, yeah.
That'll be cool. And EHM is going to be there. I'm going to be there. Jamie's coming with me. And Jamie always brings the free stuff, including tonight Bob Dylan tickets. So we got tickets to give away.
And I'm giving away CDs as well.
Very nice, very nice. Yeah.
Maybe koalas. Maybe I'll bring stuffed koalas.
the famous koala, which still sits up on our microphone here. I love these little things. It's funny when Howard Stern came in to take his picture. I showed you, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
There's the koala's butt and me in the shot. Which is just beautiful. But tell me a little bit more about the originals, the CD, what's going on with your recording and stuff like that. Anything new coming up? Or?
Well, the new project should be done, I would hope, by the winter time, and it's not going to be on CD. It's going to be on flash drives. Because
no kidding.
I'm giving away the CD, the last CD, after we broke even with it, started giving them away, so that was fine. But nobody plays CDs. You get a CD, you put it in your computer, you convert it to MP3s, goes to your iPod, and then you don't look at the CD anymore.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
There's no point in that. So we're just getting the cardboard cards made with a flash drive built in, just with a blister pack, and it's all on the flash drive. You put it into your computer, load it up. Now you can use the flash drive. They're only 128 meg, something like that.
Yeah.
But still, you can use the flash drive over again for whatever you want. But now you just don't have this CD laying around being a coffee coaster.
Right.
So,
see, that's smart.
Yeah,
that's smart.
New technology, you just got to go with what it is.
The industry is looking for new ways to put their music out there.
Well, with the flash drive, you could actually put it in cereal boxes, because it would be that small.
Yeah.
So that's
because they're only like, I don't know, what would you say?
A thumbnail.
I guess so. Yeah.
It's insane.
All right, Ray Red is in studio. Let me do some John Hyatt here. We're just kind of hanging, talking about tonight at Montauk's Chamber of Commerce free concert series. We're kicking it off 6:30 to 8:30. Ray's going to be there performing a whole bunch of songs, and EHM is going to be hanging out there giving away tickets to see Bob Dylan and just enjoying Ray and his band. We'll do John Hyatt, Perfectly Good Guitar, 9:12 on the all-new morning show with Anthony. He is. 9:16 here on the all-new morning show. It's Anthony hanging out with Ray Red. What's going on, man?
It's still happening, man. Still trying to find my voice from the weekend. I think I left it back somewhere on Friday.
Ray Red has got the big show tonight. The Montauk Chamber of Commerce free concert series. We kick it off with Ray, as they have done for the past 9 years. And 6:30 to 8:30, right in the heart of town, right in Montauk, right?
That is correct. Yep, it's going to kick off really good. It's going to end really fantastic with, hopefully, if we get a bunch of local kids up on the stage to sing an AC/DC song with us. So, bring the whole family out because it'll all be good. And bring your cameras. Don't forget to bring your cameras because this is going to be a photo op for everyone.
Ray, we were just talking about Bob Dylan, and you brought up Paul McCartney, and there's an I don't want to say this. There's a showmanship.
Without a doubt. Paul McCartney is an ace. Paul Simon's an ace. When they do a show, everything is absolutely perfect. The sound is perfect.
Yeah.
And I've heard a couple of bands where it's just the music is so incredibly loud you can't hear the person singing. And I've heard Bob Dylan live and stuff. And if you're very familiar with Bob's songs, then everything is all perfect. But it's a very, very loud show.
And he has so many songs too, so it's kind of hard to keep up with a lot. Most people don't know that whole catalog that he's got.
No, I'm probably familiar with only probably about 30 songs.
Do you do a lot of Dylan in your songs?
No, probably like 4.
Really?
Maybe 4 or 5, yeah. And it's people say I do them well, too. I'm just surprised that I don't do them very often.
Yeah.
But, that's just the way it works. I try to do more Stones and things like that. So Stones and Paul Simon is like one of my favorites.
But you know what I like about you too is you kind of go with the vibe of the place of where you're at, right? You switch things up and
without a doubt. Finn McCool's in West Hampton. We stay more upbeat and keep rolling. I'm Canal Cafe in Hampton Bays. People are eating dinner, so we can scale it down a bit. But sometimes I just wing it. I do a picking acoustic version one day of Sympathy for the Devil for a bunch of older folks. When I say older folks, they're like 60 plus or something, and they're all having dinner. Mm-hmm. And I just started picking out Sympathy for the Devil, and as they're all walking out, they're like, "That was the best rendition of that song I've ever heard." And I just winged it.
That's awesome.
So it's you go with what's in front of you.
Yeah, and you do so many. You do not only shows, but you do parties and stuff like that. You're available to people. Is there a best way to get in touch with you for stuff like that?
Well, the rayred.com is the website,
right?
And I do advertise with Dance Paper, and I advertise on EHM as well. So and through my phone number. Can I give you the phone number?
Yeah. Sure.
725-7533 to do bookings for the summer. But I do tend to book almost a year ahead. So there's some dates I still have left, but it does fill up rather quickly.
Yeah, because you're constantly working.
Well, it's better than working, I say, but...
But I'm worried, Ray. I'm worried about you, man. Got to keep you around for a while here, you know what I'm saying?
As long as I keep making Red Bull, I'll keep working.
So Ray Red, and are you still doing guitar lessons, too?
Yeah, on the internet and stuff.
Ray does everything.
I'll bring you something. This is really cool.
He does everything.
I printed this out last night. I was looking at the people doing my online lessons on rayred.com from around the world and stuff, and just percentage-wise, like the United States, obviously, right up in front is 19%. The UK, then Germany. But in fourth place at 7%, the Philippines. I've got more students coming from the Philippines than Canada or Australia. I can't believe that. I got 4% from Australia, but 7%, almost 8% from the Philippines. I got 76,000 people from the Philippines. But then if you get way down to the end, just look at it, Senegal. I'm not even sure where Senegal is. But I've got 3 people from Senegal, 3 from Zambia, 1 from Gabon, must be one of the French provinces from Africa, 1 from Gabon, 1 from Gambia, 1 from Micronesia. There's 1 from Cuba. That must be somebody who the government doesn't realize what they're doing. And let's see, Estonia. I've got a lot of emails from people in Estonia, and I'm not sure. It's somewhere near Greece. I'm not really sure where it is.
Yeah.
But 2,600 people from Estonia. So
wow.
It's really awesome to find out, you start looking up, where are these countries? And it's really wicked, though. But everybody wants to learn how to play Brown Eyed Girl, so it's...
And Ray Red will teach you on his website, too. Go to rayred.com. And I said, as for, you can get some information on booking him. He does book up quickly, but you got a couple of dates, maybe, if people are looking to have a party or something like that.
Yeah, and if you don't want to just have a party, come to Finn McCool's or come to East Northeast Montauk, or the, what's this place, other place I'm doing Montauk, Cross-Eyed Clam.
Okay.
Just come there, because we'll have the party there, no worries.
There you go.
It's going to be a party no matter what. So.
And less cleanup for you.
Exactly, yeah.
Ray, thanks for coming in and hanging out, man.
Yeah, mate, no worries. We'll see you tonight in Montauk.
Tonight at Montauk, we'll be there. Ray Red Band, he's got the whole band with him, too, and they're excellent musicians, as we were talking about earlier.
They're off the charts, right.
They're so good they don't even rehearse. That's impressive.
Nah.
That is impressive. So the show is tonight, 6:30 to 8:30. And EHM will be there along with myself, and we're giving away tickets to Bob Dylan, lots of other free stuff, T-shirts and CDs and DVDs, and it's a real nice family event. Ray is family friendly, especially for these kind of shows. No cursing and throwing beer bottles.
No, we've got to change the lyrics to some of the songs, but we do what we have to do.
You do it, you know what, and it's going to be a good time. 6:30 to 8:30 tonight, right in the heart of Montauk, right by the gazebo there. We'll be hanging with Ray tonight. I'm going to leave you with one of Ray's originals. This is Living in a Bubble. The music from Death Cab coming up right afterwards. It's the All Morning Show with Anthony on 92.9 and 96.9 EHM.
Your life is a fun everywhere you go. You only see the place where no one says no. You're living in a bubble, like a stork's head in the sand. Living in a bubble, avoid a lot of trouble round. Living in a bubble, avoid a lot of trouble around. People that we see, even on TV, agree with what they say. They do it every day. You're living in a bubble, like a stork's head in the sand. You avoid a lot of trouble with a dream of the promised land. Living in a bubble, avoid a lot of trouble round. Living in a bubble, avoid a lot of trouble round. Living in a bubble, avoid a lot of trouble round. Living in a bubble, avoid a lot of trouble round. Living in a bubble, avoid a lot of trouble round. Living in a bubble, avoid a lot of trouble round. You can't disagree, even when they hate. You just close your eyes, avoiding all debate. You're living in a bubble, like a stork's head in the sand. Avoid a lot of trouble with the dream of a promised land. Living in a bubble, avoid a lot of trouble round. Living in a bubble, avoid a lot of trouble round. Living in a bubble, avoid a lot of trouble round. Living in a bubble, avoid a lot of trouble round.
Progressive. To change for the better. Innovate. Progressive Radio for Long Island. 92.9 and 96.9 EHM.